Fresh from Doherty Cup victory, Melbourne Knights took on Oakleigh Cannons on Wednesday night in a round 20 NPL Victoria cash-up fixture. The match was rescheduled after the game originally fell in the Knights' busy period when the club travelled to Shepparton and then to Brisbane for their FFA Cup match. The clash was hugely important for the away side, with a loss to the Knights meaning they'd surrender the inaugural NPL Victoria title to South Melbourne. Knights head coach Andrew Marth made a number of changes to his side that won the 2014 Doherty Cup final on Sunday afternoon, with many players sore after the quick turnaround. Michael Doyle and Sam Torrens were absent in defence, with Michael Sims and Nick Sebanovsky replacing the two fullbacks. Fresh from trialling with Melbourne City during the week and playing an hour in the under-20s game, youth captain Tomislav Fadaljevic made his senior debut as he slotted into central defence alongside Milan Batur. Fellow youngster Joey Monek also started, replacing Shai Nalinajad in the wing. For Oakleigh Cannons, head coach Miron Bleiberg made two alterations to his squad that defeated Bentley Greens 4-1 last Friday night. Thomas Lakic dropped to the bench, while Ari Ritz fell out of the squad entirely. In their place, Veton Kuchari and Tremaine Sadler were promoted to the starting 11, with Sadler used off the bench in that win over Bentley. Providing the commentary for Knights TV, your commentator, Teo Palazziri, and his NPL Victoria call team.
Melbourne Knights to attack the southern end of the ground and Oakleigh Cannons to go to the northern end. Tips, guys, what's going to happen out on the pitch?
Oakleigh 3-0.
Oakleigh 2-1.
All right, I think it's going to be slot machines here in the box. I think Oakleigh might win as well, but we'll have to wait and see. What have Knights got up their sleeve? And we kick off here at Knights Stadium. A crowd of, I would say, about 300 in to watch the match, and Knights are passing the ball around their back line at the moment. Absolutely no one, and Honos will come out and take possession, and it's been a fairly gentle start to the match so far.
Yeah, Melbourne Knights appears as if they're lining up with a 4-4-2 formation, a flat 4-4-2, and looks as if it's something quite similar from Oakleigh with Nate Foster up front. And also
Kakari tips it off. Zorich will fancy his chances, and he stings the hands of O'Farrell, but it was held right in front of his face. First shot on target for the night, and a good save by O'Farrell. Vizovic in a central position, and he's going to now play the pass out to the left-hand side. Dancing on the ball and going back to Vizovic. Nothing doing, so he's going to switch flanks and go to Andrisevic in the centre. Top of the area, takes the shot, and he hooks it well wide of the target, and it runs out for a goal kick. Slide challenge coming in from Andrisevic, bit of a forwards challenge. They're going to play on here. Oakleigh, and a good save from O'Farrell to tip a long shot by Kakari around the right-hand post. Ball down the right. Here's an opportunity for Oakleigh. Cross into the area, headed away by Subanovsky. Danger not yet averted. Uskok with a little back pass, sending a couple of his teammates into a tough situation, but that's clever from Monek, taking the ball away from Obradovic. Passing it back out to Uskok and then driven down the line by Subanovsky. The ball is going to bend into the centre of the park, straight to Lecornu of Oakleigh. And the Cannons will keep the pressure on. They've committed 8 forward here for this attack. Wilford, one of them, passing it inboard. D'Angelo back to Wilford. Big cluster of numbers, so Wilford tries it with a long shot, and it's tipped around the corner. Well done there by O'Farrell. I'm perhaps overselling how close that was to the top corner. It's sort of bent back into a central-ish position, and O'Farrell bats it away and puts it out for another corner. 9 minutes until half-time. Here's Permonte bending in the corner into a big pack of players. It's missed by O'Farrell. Scrambled, knocked away. Black with a shot that was goal-bound. And now a header powered in by Wilford. And it's headed away by Suri. Foster follows in with a volley. The danger still not cleared. Black deflected off the post. It stays out. Amazing pinball scenes in the area. And then Kakari falls over inside the 6-yard area. That is an amazing scramble. And somehow, after hitting the inside of the post, it was cleared off the line, and Melbourne Knights are breaking away. Can they launch a counter-attack here? Andrisevic turns the ball over. Maybe something a little bit more conventional coming up from Oakleigh. No, Permonte dispossessed by Suri. And I tell you what, sometimes on the Football League highlight show, you'd see the mad scramble, and that was a carbon copy. How did the ball not go in there? Vizovic high into the scramble, headed away by Lecornu, coming over the top. Honos got a boot on it as well, and Oakleigh will try and get the ball away. Athanasiou following it in, and his shot bends high and well wide of the target. 90 seconds plus stoppage until halftime. It will be an Oakleigh free kick.
Yeah, just to sort of echo what Adem was saying before with regards to Oakleigh, and he was saying how they've got to be a little bit more direct. I think the same could be said for Melbourne Knights. Again, trying to be a little bit too cute there and not really working out. So
flicked on, Obradovic, Foster, top of the area, Foster, great save, O'Farrell. Really a little bit of something out of nothing. And Nate Foster there draws a very good save from the Knights keeper. Sadler has got himself forward here, throws it into Piemonte. And he's going to go with a crossfield ball, and with that it is met by the halftime whistle. Just 20 seconds of stoppage at the end of a thoroughly entertaining but ultimately goalless first half.
yeah, if anything, Melbourne Knights have started the brighter and look a little bit more fired up after the break. I'm not sure what Bleiberg has told his players at the halftime interval, but they haven't come out as sharp as they did in the first half. And it was actually, I think it was Vizovic before who had a one-on-one with his defender, and it was the first time in this match that Melbourne Knights had actually gotten quite close to really sort of threatening there. So promising signs for Marv.
Uscock with a good ball. Vizovic is through. He's 5 minutes from the top of the area, and Lecornu wrestled him over. Through ball, and Foster's in, goes round the keeper. He takes it very wide to the right on a tight angle, tries to square it, and Christodoulou was there waiting in the area, but Knights got the bodies back and have put it behind for a corner. Here's a run from Zoric into the area, goes round 3 players, cuts it back, looking for Foster, and Foster maybe needed to hit it first time. He was closed down by Suri. Great run from Zoric, though, went past the players like they almost weren't even there. Now the ball's still on the right. Piemonte cuts back onto his left, curling it across the face of goal, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Black finds Govas to Foster, tries to turn his man top of the area, nicked off his toes, goes out to Piemonte on the right, plays it back inboard, and here's a good run. Christodoulou coming through, and he sends a right-footed shot over the bar. D'Angelo nearly lost possession out of play, but keeps hold of the ball. Now plays it to Foster, trying to roll his man Batur, and does, into the area on the right, sends it into the 6-yard box, loose in the area, Christodoulou, and it's a great save with the feet by O'Farrell. He kicks it up in the air and then runs onto the ball and takes it on the bounce. And once again, O'Farrell has made a superb save to deny the Oakleigh Cannons, and it looks as though the young man Monek might be coming off. You can hear a smattering of applause here from the crowd. Most of them are actually seated on the opposite flank to us, but he's been very lively down the left-hand side and given a good account of himself. Plays it to Uscock again, under pressure this time from Christodoulou. Suri comes over to help out, and nice touch Ole from Uscock, and he's going to play it out to the right. Athanasiou in possession, only one man ahead of the ball, and that's Andresevic. He passes to him now, back to goal. He's got the youngster over on the outer side of the field if he wants him, Jurcic, and does find him now. Edge of the area on the left, crossing into the box, and it's knocked away. Great defensive lunge from Lecornu, and Andresevic was coming in with a diving header, and a stray boot may have caught him on the chest here. He's down in the 6-yard box hurt, and that was the moment. South Melbourne very nearly winning the title right there on the diving header of Stipo Andresevic, but a desperate last-second lunge from Adam Lecornu keeps the score 0-0. So it is a Knights ball. Game has hit a real lull. This could be a potential momentum killer, actually, Sean. It really feels like Oakleigh were well and truly on top, and we've had a couple of injuries, a couple of fouls that have required treatment, and all of a sudden, Knights hitting a long ball. Batur to the top of the area. Deflected shot from Vizovic. It will loop into the hands of Honos, and just for a second, that magnificent left foot of Daniel Vizovic looked to be loading up once again. Ball on the left. Here's Zoric standing up. Pass to Govas. This is the chance. Govas, great save. And O'Farrell denies him again. The shot was straight at him, and he bats it away and cleared out to the halfway line. Adam Baroli, have we got you down there on the sidelines now? No, we haven't got Adam Baroli just yet. He's telling us that he'll check in with us soon. What a save from O'Farrell.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about players of the year and players of the match and all these sorts of things. I think, O'Farrell would have to be up there in the top 3 tonight for mine. You don't regularly get goalkeepers being awarded those results, but he's had a great performance tonight.
Adam, sidelines.
You got a copy of me there?
Yeah, absolutely. What was your view of that save?
Yeah, it was a great save there by O'Farrell's ability to get down. He's been fantastic all night, as Sean mentioned. Unlucky again for Oakleigh not to go forward and get the goal on that occasion.
All right, Adam, we'll stay with you down on the sidelines and hopefully get a word with one of the coaches at the end. Miron Bleiberg might not be in the mood for talking if Knights can score here. Athanasiou crosses in. Uskok hits the bar. That was the chance for the Knights. So close. It thunders off the bar and Oakleigh get lucky, and in the 78th minute, that really should have been 1-0 to the Knights. He was totally unmarked running into the area.
Yeah, I don't know how Oakleigh could allow Thomas Uskok in that much space. We've seen him this season, score so many goals in crucial moments, and he was free. He's such a tall man and a comfortable header, and how he hasn't actually hit the target from 6 yards out there is another question that needs to be asked.
As Thomas Uskok hits the bar, Oakleigh trying to keep their season alive. A 0-0 draw does it mathematically, but not by much else.
On that point of a 0-0 draw, Teo, it's not very often that we like to talk about how positive a 0-0 draw can be, but...
Here's a long shot. Govas bouncing, and it rears up and is held well by O'Farrell. Wilford is going to drift out to the right. Looks like he wants to hit the cross himself here. Turns back inboard, passes to Govas. Little dinking ball, looking for Foster. Cleared away from him by Batua. Ball taken by Zoric now. Again, shouts for handball against Zoric. Not heated. Suri takes possession regardless and now plays it to Andresevic. He's got the pace to trouble Oakleigh here. Lacornu coming across. He's on a central left position. Jinks onto his right. And it's in! Knights score! And that might do it! Stipo Andresevic has put the Melbourne Knights in front. 1-0 in the 81st minute. A counter-attack goal. Honos got a big piece of the ball, but couldn't stop it from going in to the bottom right corner. And South Melbourne now might yet win the NPL tonight. And look at what it means to the Knights. O'Farrell running all the way down the length of the pitch to celebrate with his 10 teammates.
Miron Bleiberg absolutely seething at the moment, and he's really very, very upset with his defence. How could they have let that slip? They were doing all the attacking, they had all the momentum, and it was always a chance on the break that Melbourne Knights could have obviously got back into this game, and they've really taken their opportunity finally. It was only a few minutes ago that Uskok had that chance to really win this game, and finally they've been able to capitalise on the second gift that's been given by the Oakleigh defence, and what a task Oakleigh have now to try and get 2 goals in the next 10 minutes. Let's see if they can pull off the monumental. Yeah, we said before the game that the odds were always going to be against the Melbourne Knights. They didn't have half as much to play for as Oakleigh did, and have had quite a few notable changes. And look at them now; they're finishing the better and have a good chance here on the left-hand side.
Crossfield pass. Here's Jurchech, the youngster, holds up, turns onto his right foot. No thoughts of a shot. Tees it up. Here's an opportunity. Left foot shot coming in. Tipped over by Honos. And now chances are plenty for the Knights. Vizovic with that lovely left foot of his, forcing a good save. It's gone behind for a corner.
Vizovic, I think, with the corner on the right-hand side.
So a second would well and truly do it now. In swinger, and Honos drops it! And is it a goal or a foul? It's a foul. It's a foul. Here's a chance for Wilford, passing at the top of the area. Ball slid in on Zoric. Now, here's Vizovic. Athanasiou, and Andresevic is onside, through ball, no, the flag goes up late. We had a perfect view here. I thought it was staying down because he was on. Athanasiou loses his feet, Abradovic cuts onto his right. Zoric now, trying to pass in traffic. Here's McNamee, the youngster, tips it off, back heel, McNamee, deflected, and it's gone to the side netting. Side netting out for a corner. Very nearly the equaliser for McNamee, and the crowd getting up and about. And so Oakleigh won't waste any time. Ball goes straight back out, and it will be taken again. This is all happening on the left flank. This time, hit deep into the area, header across the face, and it goes behind. And there's going to be a change here for the Melbourne Knights. Leo Athanasiou's night comes to an end. He's been a very good contributor. And coming onto the pitch to end the match is Chris Antoniadis. And equalisers their only hope now. It would give them an ever so slim hope Wilford knocked over at the top of the penalty area. Referee says keep going. Whistles in the mouth here. And there it is! It's over! South Melbourne are the inaugural National Premier League's Victoria champions after a 1-0 win for the Melbourne Knights against the Oakleigh Cannons. A spirited win, and the Doherty Cup champions, backing up on a short break, have done it. They've pulled off the upset, and they've given the NPL to South Melbourne, and Oakleigh will be wondering what could have been after a night where they created so many chances and couldn't put any of them in the back of the net.
Well, Benny, it's obviously a great way to pick up 3 points after a disciplined performance. What do you think of that show afterwards?
Yeah, it feels good to win a game, in that way. We were already down to like a skeleton team, and obviously under 21s had a big game, so they kept a lot of the youngsters who they've had all year. But then we even had a couple more pull out just before kickoff. So, we were hoping to get a draw, really frustrate them a little bit and play, a sort of style that suited the personnel that we had, and and try and nick it on the break, which we did.
A very different squad to what we usually used to, like you've mentioned. It must have been pleasing then to see such a disciplined performance, especially from some of the younger boys that were drafted in at the last minute.
Yeah, it was really, a lot of the young lads did really well. And like you say, it was a disciplined performance. And I think the most pleasing thing is obviously we won the cup final on Sunday, but, you still, and we trained last night and everyone was a bit tired and a few injuries, but you still go, once you cross the line, you still want to win. And, it's not like we won Sunday and then that was the end of our season. We still want to win the last 3 games that we've got.
After the Doherty Cup win, the short turnaround, the injuries, was it hard for the boys to sort of get up for it? Like, ultimately, they played well and got the result, but heading into the game, were you a bit concerned about the motivation and the fitness and things like that?
Yeah, I think I was actually. It was a bit quiet in the dressing room, especially with a couple of late withdrawals. We thought we knew we were going to be up against it, but it was a bit concerning. But I think there's a lot can be said for just going out there and with the pressure off and just being able to enjoy yourself and pass the ball, and it was a bit more relaxed on the bench and it was a little bit more relaxed out on the pitch, and I think we enjoyed it. I think all the boys enjoyed it.
Obviously, losing Chris May to suspension was quite a big blow to the club, but Michael tonight was superb, probably the man of the match. Can you just sort of a word on him and how he's come into the starting lineup and performed so well? Yeah,
Michael was, he did well. He was patient and waited for his chance all year, and he got better and better, just through training, and then. But there's no sort of substitute for match practice, and since he's come into the team, he's got better every game, and obviously the back four have helped him out, immensely, and Millsy was brilliant today, and Tommy at the back on his debut after playing one game before already, so he played an hour in 21s like a couple of the other young lads did, and stepped up, and the full-backs as well, so the back four were good today, but Michael made some really good saves.